Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL, and today, Chall Chats transfer targets. It's the finale of our 6.6-part summer recruitment series, where we're going to be taking a look at potential Rovers transfer targets, in my opinion, after months and months of research. I have finally got my final list, and today we're going to be focusing on the last position on my list, strikers. You'll notice, first of all, we're missing a position, and that is, of course, wingers or wide midfielders, and that is because if Vale signs a new deal, you've got Hurst, you've got Molyneux, you've got John Taylor with a point to prove back from injury. You've also got Tabonga Kulea, who could have a breakthrough year next year. I reckon if Vale signs a new deal as well, I reckon, as terms of wingers, we should be alright. You've got to look at the under-18 scholars that might come in for first-year scholarships next season as well. So, I think for wingers we could be alright, but it's something I might have to consider looking at as an extra. But just keep your eyes peeled on that. But strikers is our final position for the summer recruitment list. Please like, comment, subscribe. Click OK Spells on this YouTube video. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views, which is unbelievable. And for now, guys, let's look at strikers. Let's start with the permanents. So we kick off with an experienced face who many will know. It's Danny Johnson, who is leaving Mansfield this summer on a free out-of-contract deal. Now, of course, he's scored 13 in 30 playing in League 2 this season. Experienced across British football, with youth experience abroad at Spanish club Murcia Imperial. He knows where the back of the net is, could be a leader, and needs to be a regular starter. Who you have there is a guy who knows where the back of the net is. He's a target man. He's done it in League 2 before with Mansfield and Walsall, by the way. And someone who, in my personal opinion, absolutely has the chance to become a real first-team regular. I think you've got an experienced man there who, let's say you play a 4-3-3, you're going to need that one up front. Miller's going to have competition with Danny Johnson. He's going to be someone who, for me personally, will absolutely thrive in a McCann system where you need a mobile striker with the hold-up play, with the finishing ability, and you also need someone who's going to come from deep as well and pick up the ball from deep areas as well. Someone who's going to work. And look at John Marquise, for example, when he was in the McCann system. He was a real proper, target man, a real mobile striker, got in the right areas, did the stuff right, and was supplied by the players around him. I think Danny Johnson could work with the players around him and really be supplied, as well as try and find that work himself and be a lot more mobile. So I think Danny Johnson is definitely a real option, and like I say, his experience is going to come to a world of good for that Rovers dressing room. Next up then, Ethan Laidlaw, the 18-year-old from Hibernian. Now, why am I mentioning an 18-year-old as a permanent deal? Well, according to reports in recent months, Fleetwood, Donny, Swindon, Portsmouth, Crawley, MK Dons and Lincoln were all being suggested by the source to have monitored the player this season. So, what would we be getting if we followed through on this so-called monitoring of the situation? He's an impressively pacey forward with the ability to take on defenders. He's known for forcing an error in the opposing back line. He was part of the Hibernian youth side that faced Borussia Dortmund's development side in the Youth League, the UEFA Youth League, with the German side coming from a goal down to win 2-1 to knock Hibernian out. And now this guy's got a lot of potential at 18 years old. This guy's someone we should be keeping an eye on for the long-term future. And I think he's someone that we could pick up on a little bit of money here. So I think Ethan Laidlaw is a real star to watch. Would Hibernian be able to let him go? I really don't think they'll let him go without a fight here. So it might be just out of our price range, but you just never know. The significant financial injection reported by Terry Bramall, the financial benefactor of the club, could be crucial in bringing in this kind of star to the club long term. Next up, another mobile striker with a lot of target man abilities who could definitely do the work all over the pitch. Eetu Vertainen, the Finnish international, the 23-year-old who's leaving Linfield, going back to St Johnstone, and of course, we know that the reports have stated in the past that he'll want to come to England. Now then, he's on loan from St Johnstone, out of contract this summer, as we stated, over 15 goals and 3 assists this season in over 25 appearances for Linfield, 50% of those in the starting 11. That's pretty good rate. Experience in qualification stages this season in all 3 major European competitions, Champions League, Europa League, and Europa Conference League, so similar to Cami Palmer in the centre midfield video that we did yesterday. Now it looks to be moving on. There was reported interest in movement from the New Saints, Linfield on a permanent basis, but also Forest Green Rovers at one point reportedly. So whether that's true or not, we can't confirm or deny. However, if that interest was true, then obviously League One interest is quite high for Vertainen in terms of it's nice to see someone linked to a League One club, so I think it could be a nice top League Two addition in terms of strikers. He's a known goal scorer with great hold-up play and decent strength. That's what you need in that kind of player. Next up, Kurt Willoughby of Chester, 26 years old, National League North. Yes, on paper you might think, why? But look at this guy. 20 goals at least this season in the National League North. Experienced. Contract running out in the summer. We don't know what the situation is at the moment. I think it's negotiations at this stage. He could play through the middle or come through the left to provide a goal threat. He's a little bit more versatile, and I think he's definitely someone we need to be keeping an eye on, Kurt Willoughby. Remember that name, because I think he could be touted for a National League move or an EFL move. And I think that Kurt Willoughby's definitely got the potential, even at 26, to accomplish that this summer. And finally, a young Villa striker out of contract this summer, with reports stating there doesn't look to be close to a senior breakthrough with this contract running out. And he's got previous experience in the EFL with Carlisle United on loan. It is Brad Young, who displayed great goal-scoring prowess in youth football, a stellar regarded talent who is a key part of the FA Youth Cup winning squad. He offers versatility with being able to play on the left wing as well as up front, and he has the ability to get in good positions to score. So he's got all the right tools as a 20-year-old striker, and I think he's got that versatility about him on the left-hand side. And I think overall, Brad Young could be a real advanced pressing forward with good hold-up play, and if he can improve on the physicality and improve on that, ready for League Two, I think he's got all right physicality at youth level so far, and I think if he improves on that and really improves on, bulking up that physicality side of it, getting ready for a League Two spell, I think that Brad Young could be a smart deal on a permanent basis, especially with him out of contract as well. He could be a real long-term option for the club. So finally, it's the loan deal, starting off with Celtic's 20-year-old ex-Scunthorpe youth player Joey Dawson, who rejecting an approach reportedly from Newport in January, and there was also reported interest from Crewe and Carlisle taking him back down south. However, Dawson is still a Celtic player. Now then, he comes from a family of successful footballers, with Andy Dawson enjoying a successful career at Hull City, and Uncle Michael Dawson, a former Spurs player. Now he's a versatile striker who can play as a midfielder or a striker, and he knows where the back of the net is. Ex-Scunny youth, Joey Dawson could be a relatively smart option. He's got a bright future, as tipped in the reports. And I feel like Joey Dawson could absolutely be a versatile name in that list. I think he could definitely be one to watch, in my opinion. Next up, a top goal scorer at under 21 level for Leeds United, 19-year-old Sonny Perkins, a versatile attacking player who is capable of being used in the central midfield, and his technical quality on the ball and his trickery are two very impressive traits, along with his confidence and his expressiveness in possession, as well as out of possession as well. It's very important to note that. Now, Sonny Perkins for me could be an absolute wonder kid as a striker in that setup, and I think him learning from the experienced lot could definitely prove useful in a football league setting. So Sonny Perkins for me could absolutely be one to watch for the future, and I think that someone we should absolutely be keeping our eyes on. Next up then, he is someone who has had previous experience in League One with Shrewsbury Town this season, and I think someone who's got a bright future, especially according to the ex-Bournemouth manager Scott Parker. It is 21-year-old Bournemouth striker Christian Saydee, a powerful, dynamic striker who plays on the shoulders of defenders, so feels like a very much a George Miller style off-the-shoulder striker. He has great crossing delivery, so he can prove useful in assisting goals as well. Now, with him being on loan at Shrewsbury this season with a loan spell, I think Christian Saydee could absolutely be useful in this side with that League One experience and that experience of playing senior football in the lower leagues of English football. And I think that Christian Saydee could be a wonderful choice and a smart choice as well. So keep your eyes on Christian Saydee, because I think it's someone we could absolutely be doing with next season. Next up then, Dale Taylor, the 19-year-old of Nottingham Forest, at least 5 goals this season on loan at Burton Albion in League One. Instrumental as part of the Young Forest team that reached the FA Youth Cup final, scoring in the semi-final against Chelsea. He featured predominantly during pre-season ahead of this year's campaign. An ambitious loan acquisition in my opinion, a real gem with potential. He's an energetic striker who has an eye for goal. Del Teller has been tipped as quite a bright young prospect, and I think that Del Teller could be a smart loan signing for League Two. 5 goals in League One in a Burton team who were rapidly improving under Dino Mamria and achieved a better finish than, what was previously predicted by people. And, Dino's got that side working wonders at the moment and, gotten really improving week in, week out. And I think that Del Teller's picked up some really wonderful experience at Burton. And you get him in as an energetic striker up front on his own in that 4-3-3 or that 4-2-3-1 majority primary formation system. Under Grant McCann, who wants to play on the front foot, wants to play expansive, wants to play, attacking football. I think you get someone with energy up front in a Grant McCann system, you've got wonders there. So, on paper, it should work with Del Taylor, and I think he's someone we should definitely be keeping our eyes on. Finally, Jack Vale of Blackburn Rovers, a really good all-round engine and work ethic with agility. He's got the speed and pace to make runs in behind, a real final third outlet on loan from Blackburn. He links the play well with his hold-up play as well. He has real intricacy in and around the box, and he's done well at youth level. Should now be the time to give Jack Vale senior football. I reckon it could be an option. I reckon Jack Vale is definitely an option. And definitely, in my opinion, a bright young prospect and could be an ambitious loan signing. Now, Jack Vale at 21 years old, is he going to break through into that Blackburn team in the future? I think there could be hope that there could be. Blackburn fans, comment down below and you know more about your club than I do. So is Jack Vale someone who could break through? From the reports, he definitely could be. And I think that Jack Vale could, in my opinion, get relatively good experience on loan at Doncaster Rovers. It could be an ambitious loan signing here on paper. So I think Jack Vale ticks all the boxes of a McCann type advanced forward. I think if he wants to go for someone off the shoulders, I think that really ticks all the boxes, and he ticks all the boxes for that kind of striker. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. The end of our 6-part summer recruitment series. If you want me to do a bonus video on wingers, then comment down below. If you've got any suggestions for strikers, comment down below. Any other suggestions for any other positions that I've missed out, comment them down below on the respective videos. And this video as well. I would love to hear your thoughts, guys. But that is the end of it. Thank you very much. Might I just add, by the way, this video has been in the works since the middle of February. I have been doing the research. If you follow the Twitter thread, I've been doing research on this since the end of mid to end February. So February, March, April, May. We're looking here at 4 months of research, and I'm so happy with how the videos have come out this week. I really do hope that you guys enjoy them as well, and I really do wish you guys stay tuned for the content next season, because it's going to be absolutely mental. It's going to be in-depth. It's going to be really on the front foot in terms of, trying to produce really good content that's equal to, sports networks and sports television networks, like what you see in Sky Sports and BT Sport and ITV Sport and BBC Sport and Talk Sport and things like that. This is the kind of content that we're trying to produce. We're trying to produce something that's equivalent or just as good as the sports television networks and radio networks, and we're hoping this ends up being the one for you guys. So I really do appreciate all the support. We've got something very exciting coming in the summer as well. Stay tuned, because I will hopefully be wearing it. And for now, guys, I am the CHALL. Ta-ra for now.